What's up guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today I'm gonna be doing a story time video. I think that I want you guys to get to know me a little bit better and like some stuff that's happened in my past, because I have some crazy shit that has happened to me. Hands down, like really weird stuff. So for this story time video, if you guys like it, I'll make more in the future, but if you don't, oh well, let's just make this random one and you can know some weird thing that happened to me. So I got a restraining order before the age of 16 on a boy because he became crazy, obsessed with me and tried to kidnap me. Yeah, that happened. I was 16 because it was like 15, 16 is when that happened. Okay, so when I was 15, I got my first boyfriend, and let's just call him... I don't know. Let's call him Max. So my first boyfriend, Max, he was like a really popular guy at, like, I have an all-girls school and there was an all-boys school. So he went to the all-boys school and he was really, really popular and one of the like cool guys and like really handsome, like hot. He was a hot guy. Like, you know, those guys have the big muscles and they work out. Like, he was one of those guys. That's not really my type, but generally he's the attractive type guy. And I was the shy, quiet nerd girl. And as soon as he started showing me attention, I was instantly like in love. Like, oh my god, a boy's showing me attention for the first time. It was really amazing. And so he had always been with this other girl, let's call her Claire. Him and Claire had been dating and everyone knew about them too, and it was always like people would talk about, oh, they're such a cute couple, and then Claire and Max broke up. And then I remember walking past Max one day and my sister was laughing at him and I was like, don't be mean. Like, I don't know why. She was laughing at him and teasing because they kind of were friends, and she was like, haha, Claire broke up with you, lol, lol, lol. And I was like, leave him alone, don't be so mean. And then like he looked at me and he was like, that was nice of you. And I was like, oh, because I didn't know him. And then that started the romance. And then Kelsey, my sister, you can have her real name, I don't care. Kelsey, my sister, she actually gave him my phone number without me knowing, and then one day I got a call and he was like, hi, and I was like, hi, who is this? And it was him, and I was like, oh my god. And then our first hangout was at a park. How classy. It was at a park and we were hanging out, and let's just say it was about 2 months of wooing. So 2 months of us just hanging out and becoming friends before he worked up the courage to ask me out, because he thought I would never like him because we're so different. And I still said yes because I fell in love with him, like fell in love with him the first day, because no boy showed me attention before. So it was definitely like, oh my god, a boy's showing me attention, oh my god, I'm in love type thing. So I was like instant like, yes, oh my god, let's be boyfriend and girlfriend. So we were boyfriend and girlfriend, so my first boyfriend. And went amazingly. Like, he would sleep over all the time, close friends with my family, my mom used to buy him underwear, like it was all cool stories, and we used to hang out all the time. And the first time he said I love you to me was so funny, I still remember. So we were sitting on like, at a park again, swinging, like I was swinging on the swing and he was just standing there watching me. And then he's really shy, like really shy. He never used to like talk about feelings or anything like that. And he was looking at me and he was like, I love you. And I was like, what? And he was like, your mum, I love your mum. Because he didn't mean to say it, and I was like, I love your mum too. And then we just sat there like, cool. And that was that. We said I love you by saying I love your mom. So, and then after 1 year, he started hanging out with like these guys, and he would always like be at parties, and I would never want to go because I'm not a party person, and I was always like, no, you go, have fun. And he would always like come to my house at like 1 in the morning expecting to sleep over, and like it was starting to get really annoying, and my parents were getting mad at me, like, boys can't just come to the house at 1 in the morning, you know, I'm only 15. And nothing would ever happen, like just sleeping over. And it was really annoying, and I was just getting frustrated with him. And then I remember finding like drugs in his bag, and I was like, what the fuck, man, what the hell? And that was like really bad. So I was like such a goody two shoes. I was so shocked, and I asked him about it, and he was like, it's not mine, it's not mine. I believed him straight away. Of course I believed him. And like throughout a couple months, like he kept coming home, not coming home, he's like to my house really late and expecting to still sleep over, and like would never make time for me. It was always with his friends, always going to parties, and it was starting to like really make me upset, and I was getting really depressed and always crying because I was like, I didn't want to leave him. It's like I thought I would never find anyone ever again to like love me and all of that stuff, and like he was just really drifting away. So then I decided, you know what, I'm gonna drift away. And I was like, listen, you're treating me so badly, like do you want to stay with me or do you want to not? And then he started crying. He was like, no, I love you. I don't want to leave you. Please don't leave me. You're my whole world. And then it was like fixed for like a month. We were back to how we used to be. And then without fail, he instantly got back into that crowd again, and he just started getting worse. And he started getting really like aggressive. Like if I did something he didn't like, he would yell at me, like actually yell at me. And I would be so scared. I would sit there like, oh my God, what the hell? And I was always really like quiet and shy. Like I still am really quiet and shy. So I didn't know how to handle that. And I didn't want to tell anyone because I was scared they would be like, ew, why are you still with him? And think of me in a bad way, because I was thinking of me in a bad way. Like, why would you stay with him? But I couldn't help it. Like I just loved him so much that I was like blinded. And then he actually like one day, this was the worst thing. Like I am so ashamed of this. He was like, go get me a drink. And I was like, no, you get yourself a drink. He's like, I'll break up with you if you don't go get me a drink. And then I actually got him a drink, and I'm so ashamed of myself. Like, how could you do that, Alicia? Like, future me, like now me, is looking at past me and is like whooping my ass. Like, girl, why would you do that? Like, I'm so embarrassed now. I'm gonna blush because I can't believe I did that. Like, that is like the worst thing I've ever done. Like, why did I go and get him a drink? I don't know. I don't know what was going through my head, but I did because I was so scared. Like, I was like, oh my God, I don't want to break up with him. Then after that, I feel like I started slowly losing respect for myself, and I was like starting to hate that because I've always been so like, you know, self-love, empowerment, all of that stuff. And then one day, his Facebook was on my phone. He forgot to log out, and then as like I was on it, he realized and he snatched it out of my hand. And then I was like, what's the matter? Because I wasn't going on it, it was just on my phone. I was like, oh, you have your Facebook. And he snatched it out of my hand. And then I was like, why are you snatching it? Are you hiding something from me? And then he was like, no. I was like, you are. He was like, I promise I'm not. And then he ran to the bedroom, locked the door to quickly log out of his Facebook and come back. And he was like, I'm not. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, you know what? Pick me or pick that. Like, how you're acting now or me? Which do you want? And he was like, what do you mean? I'm like, drugs or me? And he's like, what are you talking about? I was like, I know you do. I'm not stupid. You've been doing all of this stuff and I'm seeing it. And he was like, he's basically like to me, he's like, I'm not gonna not do it. And I was like, well, I'm never gonna see you again. And that's when I became strong me. And I was like, get out, never wanna see you again. I think I had turned 16 by now. I was 16 now. And I was like, never talking to you again. I hate you, leave. Blocked his number, chucked all his clothes at him. Because he used to sleep over all the time. Like, he like felt like he lived at my house. It was so annoying. He never got any space away from him. And then he left and no contact from him. No contact from him for like a month. He didn't, like, maybe every now and then I would get a call and it would be like someone breathing like and I'm like, oh my God, and just hang up straight away. And I've never been a phone person, so I've always just like turned it off. I didn't care. Have my phone off for days straight and don't even notice, which hence why I lose my phone all the time, because I never care about it. And then so 1 month later, it was almost exactly a month later, because I was devastated. I was always crying, I was upset, but I was moving on and I was trying to get over him. And then 1 month later, I'm sleeping in my bed, and it was in summer, so I was really, really hot, so I was only sleeping in like a bra and underwear. And I had the blanket wrapped around me, and there was a knock really late at my window, and I just put the blanket on and I walked to the window, and I was like, what are you doing here? Like, oh my God, through the thing. And I opened the door because I didn't want to get in trouble. Like, so I opened the door, and as I opened the door, he grabbed me, like pulled me out of my house and shut the door. So I'm in the front of my house, just in a freaking blanket, and he's standing there, and I was shitting bricks. I was freaking out. I was like, what the hell? And he looked crazy, and he looked like he'd been crying, and he was like, you're my wife. And out of the blue, you're my wife. And I was like, what? He's like, I can do whatever I want to you. And I was like, what? Oh my God, is this gonna end up in like a horror show? What is going on right now? And I was like hyperventilating so badly. And he was like, he pushed me up against the wall and he tried to make out with me. And I was like no, and we broke up, you can't just kiss me whenever you want anymore, and pushing him away. And he was really, really strong, but it was obvious he was on something. You could smell it on his breath. And then I have a fly screen door, and the fly screen door, because how he pushed me, it came and hit me on my head, and I said ow. Like, it didn't hurt, but I just said ow. And then he turned to the door. Oh my God, hold the door. Oh my God. Sorry. Emotional moment of silence. If anyone's a Game of Thrones fan here, you would know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so the door hit me, and then he looked at the door and he was like, don't ever touch my wife again. He started bashing the door, like hitting my he broke the fly screen door off. And I was surprised no one in my family woke up. And he was like, if you call for anyone right now, I will kill your family. He literally said that out of his mouth. And knowing me, you know, I'm a young girl, I'm 16. And he was like, I think he was always a year older than me, so he was 17. And he was also a fighter, an MMA fighter, so he got really big. And, you know, I was scared that he would actually do something to my family, and I wanted to deal with it myself. So I was like, I got him to sit down on the pavement with me, and we're just sitting down, and then he was holding my hand and he was just doing all of these ones, and I was like, oh my god, how do I get out of this situation right now? And he was saying, come, let me sleep over, let me do this to you, let me do that. And I was like, wow, we didn't even do that when we're together, and now you expect me to do all this stuff with you? And then when I was like, okay, and we stood up, I was able to, like, I don't know how, but it's like an adrenaline rush, and I quickly nudged him, bolted it, opened my door, locked it, and was like, screamed. I just screamed so loud for someone to notice me, and I ran to my mum's room and I was like, call the police, call the police, call the police, because he was breaking through my window and he was like, Alicia, Alicia, and I was like, oh my god, what is going on? And then he was like, we went into my room because he was breaking the window, and my mum was like, leave, like, she was yelling, and then he was yelling, and then I was crying, I was bawling my eyes out. And then I had finally gotten to put some clothes on, so that was a plus. And then he was like, if you don't let me inside right now, I will break all the cars in your neighborhood. Legit. And I looked at him and I was like, how will that affect me in any way? Because I don't have a car, and my mum didn't have a car at the time, so then we didn't have a car to break. Just everyone else did. And I was like, how will this affect me in any way? And I looked at him like, you must be really stupid. And then he actually got a brick from my front yard, because we had bricks lining the garden. He picked it up and he just chucked it at the neighbor's car and broke it. He actually, I was like, what the fuck? I don't know. I don't even know. Still to this day, I don't even know. And then we had called the police. So the police finally arrived as he's mid-breaking cars. And I had to go in to get a restraining order. And I remember, because the way he got to my house was his friends dropped him off, and then when I got to the police station, his friend was there, and he was like, oh my god, what happened, are you okay? And I remember looking at him like, this is all your fault. Like, why would you drop a drunk person at my house at like 3 in the morning? What is wrong with you? And I just looked at him like, you are the biggest idiot I've ever met in my entire life. And then my dad was like being all like dad-like, and he was like, sit down, to the guy, because the guy stood up and was like, don't talk to my daughter. And I was like, oh my god. So yeah, but that was when I was 15, and I think I got it, like, it was after my 16th birthday was when I got the restraining order. So I know we were together for about a year, like, that's how long it was. But yeah, like, crazy, right? I still can't, like, even when I think about it to this day, I'm always like, I can't believe that happened. Like, I don't, like, trust me to have that happen for my first, oh, it's so funny. But I got over it pretty quickly. I find to this day, I find it so funny. Like, it makes me laugh so much, like how quickly a person can change, and why break all the cars? Like, how would that make, I just don't understand. I feel bad for the neighbors and stuff, but it's not my fault. Like, he was, yeah, but see, say no to drugs, kids. And if you're with a partner who starts doing like drugs, stop them straight away, because maybe it's once or twice for fun, but the more you do it, the more it starts to affect you, and that is a fact. So don't do drugs. That was my little story time video. I hope you guys enjoyed learning something that happened to me in my past. If you want any more story time videos, let me know. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And yeah, I love you all so much. Bye, kitty kisses. Mwah.